performer who could one day take over from the true comedy greats like dear Tommy Cooper and Frankie Howard. There's one man whose career I've followed over the past couple of years who I'm sure will one day be talked of in the same breath as Tommy and Frankie. He sings, he juggles, he does fire eating, he dances. In fact, he's a right fidget. Here he is, the man who never fails to make me giggle, the very dangerous and very, very daft, Brian Conley.
This place is house. I'm so glad you made it. So glad you made it. You gotta give me some loving. Yeah, give me some loving. Give me some loving every day. I'm so glad you made it. So glad you made it. You gotta give me some loving. Yeah, give me some loving. Give me some loving every day. Whoa. Yeah. The Blue Sisters. The band. And me. Your Majesty, Your Royal Highness, my lords, dukes, duchesses, knights, dames, and people of noble birth, conservative, socialist, wishy-washy, middle of the road, can't seem to make your mind up what to call yourself, liberal Democrats. Catholics, Protestants, Hindus, Muslims, Sikhs, Jews, Jehovah's Witnesses, Seventh-day Adventists, Mormons, devotees of the Hare Krishna movement, and members of the Campaign for Real Ale. Vegetarians, carnivores, Weight Watchers Anonymous, Weight Watchers who are blooming obvious. Members of the Craig McLaughlin fan club. Yes, the member of the Lionel Blair fan club. Glad you could make it, Lionel. Motorists, cyclists, ecologists, recyclists, bipeds, quadrupeds, marsupials, extraterrestrials, British rail employees, private detectives, ladies and gentlemen, and I hope I've included everyone, good evening. And it is an honour to be here, because I went to the butcher's today. I went to the butcher's, I said, here, I'll have a pound of sausages. He says, kilos now. I said, well, give us a pound of kilos. And this tramp come up to me today, he said, here, I haven't eaten for 5 days. I said, well, you want to force yourself. Great place though, London, wouldn't you agree? What a fantastic audience we have here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. It's comedy over here, tragedy over here at the moment. Like working at a trout farm. Look. Are you enjoying yourself? Could you tell your face? God, dear. Where are you from, Alan? Where are you from? Are you from Manchester? Yeah? Did you know that 95% of the women from Manchester are very unfaithful to their husbands? And the other 5% actually got a letter off the Archbishop of Canterbury. And do you know what it said? No? Well, there you go. Picture this fellow's walking along with this dog, kicks this bottle, and this genie appears. The genie says, you have one wish. And the fellow said, well, he said, I would like my dog to win Crufts. And this dog, ladies and gentlemen, was disgusting. Had no teeth, bad breath, dodgy tail, walked with a limp. He said, well, you got any other wishes? He said, yeah, I would like Brian Conley to be really, really funny on this year's Royal Variety Performance. And the genie went, let's have another look at that dog. How's that, yeah? All right, shut up, shut up. Hi, chilblains, Nick Frisbee here with his old mate, Larry the Loafer. Yes, unfortunately, Larry has just come back from the dentist. Isn't that right, Larry? Yeah, what does this remind you of? Good news, this week the RSPCA rescued 500 turkeys, which they hope to release as soon as they've been defrosted. And a lot of you chilblains have written in to ask, how is Robbie the rabbit? Well, the answer is, chilblains, he was delicious. Later on in the week, we'll be giving away 4 lucky rabbits' feet. Whether they were lucky for Robbie. What's that, mate? Yeah, all right, shut up. Oh, we've received a letter here from 2 very big fans of mine, Harry and Wills. And they want to know where me old mate, Larry the Loafer, comes from. Well, lads... That's made in Taiwan, see? Finally, though, got a little letter here, very sad letter, sent in... It's a poem, actually. It's sent in by Katie Thomas, aged 7. Last week, I held my daddy's hand. I had tears in my eyes. I asked him what will happen when Sam, my rabbit, dies. He said, we'll get a shoebox and put Sam inside. We'll bury him beneath the tree that stands next to your slide. And then we'll have a party, the best you've ever seen. We'll play some games, eat sausage rolls, and jelly with ice cream. When Dad told me what he got planned, all I could say was, wow. Well, I'll wait until the day he dies. Let's kill the bunny now. So that is all from me, Nick Frisbee, and my old mate, Larry the Loafer.
You know, Settler, that guy's gonna go far. Well, I'm willing to pay for half of his plane ticket if you pay for the other half.
Yes, I'm going to sing a song now. It's an old Elvis song, because he hasn't done any new ones. And, it's dedicated to my girlfriend who thinks I'm nosy. I mean, she didn't tell me that. I just read it in her diary. And, I knew it was coming to an end. I woke up one morning. She was lying next to me with her boyfriend. And, there's a song I once had the privilege of singing at my mother's wedding. It's a Johnny Cash song. It's a Johnny Cash song which he dedicated to his wife, Petty. And, it's a lovely song, and it's a sad song, though, because it's dedicated to my gran who last week tried to commit suicide. But she wasn't sure where her heart was, so she went to the doctor, and the doctor told her it was 2 inches below her left breast. So she went home and shot herself with a hip. Nobody likes rejection. We're out searching for affection. So let's build the house of love. In this world of devastation, what we need is a creation. So let's build the house of love. Put on your donkey jacket of affection. Put on your wellies of desire. Put on your hard hat for your protection. And join the village choir. So brick by brick, building the house of love, stone by stone. Building the house of love. We'll have a strong foundations, cement our relations. We're building the house of love. We'll fix a broken gutter of temptation. We'll fix a shattered windows of woe. We'll fix a broken toilet of frustration. And not let it overflow. We'll take our strength from my devotion. with inspiration from above. And then we'll fill our hearts with such emotion and furnish it with love. So brick by brick, building the house of love. Stone by stone, building the house of love. I forgot to mention our plan, our new extension. Thanks. Yes, I'm building the house of love. House of love.
Tradition of the Royal Variety performance to introduce young talent, and tonight is no exception. In fact, I'm about to introduce three bright young men. Yes, in a moment, rising West End star Darren Day will be singing a song especially written for him entitled Beautiful City, after which you will be invited to enter the madcap world of Joe Pasquale. But first, will you please give a very big welcome to a young man with a very bright future. Ladies and gentlemen, Bradley Walsh.
Enjoying yourselves? Yeah. Well, it's all right for you. You're not sharing a dressing room with Frank Carson. Ladies and gentlemen, I've got to tell you, I had a bit of a funny journey here tonight because I live in Watford, in Hertfordshire. And get the plot, I've bought myself this car, bought myself a Fiat Panda. It's brilliant on petrol, cost me a fortune in bamboo shoots. But you've got to get the plot. I'm on the way to work, I was a bit late, so I've put the foot to the floor, giving it some stick. Then my throat got sore and I thought, I'm not doing that on the way to work. Anyway, I couldn't find the way, I got lost. So I stopped in the suburbia. I stopped to ask a farmer the way, just an ordinary farmer, standing there digging his field. He was going, "Yo, Phil, get down. Whoa, all right, Phil." Then the thing is, you see, I said, just point us in the way to the Dominion Theatre. He said, "Go down here." He said, "Look out for the West End turnoff." She's a big fat woman with a moustache. So we drove past her. Now, I want to tell you, this is quite serious. This is quite serious, like, this is the sort, because I've got to park on double yellows and I'll end up with a ticket. That's the sort of bad luck I'll get. Listen to this. I'm the sort of bloke, this is how unlucky I am. I get up in the morning, get a slice of toast, butters the toast, it falls off the side, onto the floor. Where does it fall? Exactly, what are you doing in my flat, missus? Butter side down. Do you know what that's called? I'll tell you what that's called. Sod's Law. Do you know why? Because you look at a toast and go, sugar. On the other hand, I've got four fingers and a thumb, look. On the other hand, you know... Catch up, I ain't got all night, I've only got 6 minutes. On the other hand, you know if you throw a cat, it always lands feet first. Uncanny, that, innit? And I was thinking backstage just now, I wonder what would happen if I strapped a piece of buttered toast to the back of a cat. But it's true. What about parking your car? Of course, there'd be a few people here who don't have that problem. But what about parking your car? Why is every car park attendant in Britain some old boy with a limp and a lisp who lives in a little yellow hut in the corner of the car park, wears a cheese cutter cap and a white doctor's coat down to here? Millions of little lines where he can't get his biro in his pocket quick enough. He looks like a doctor's coat by Salvador Dali. Have you never seen him? Just when you thought you was getting away with it, putting your keys in your pocket, and he don't like it, he's out like a greyhound. Hey! 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 No, grease lightning, pulling up the quality. Yeah. You can't park this. I'm not your parking now. I'm not your parking. Not being content. Not being... It's true. I'm not joking. It's true. Not being content with just being car park attendants, they do the arm movements like they're bringing in a jumbo jet. They're all like this. Yeah, follow me, Sean. Yeah, follow me. The thing is... Save it to the end, I've got a week finish. The thing is... They don't get the limp by accident, they get it where people drive over their feet on the way to car park and it's miserable. They annoy me. Things like that annoy me. And why is it when people get annoyed and aggressive, they become ventriloquists? It's true, you watch people get annoyed and aggressive, become ventriloquists, do things like this, they go, what did you say? It's true. You what, you get your you better go, boy. You get your you get one of them off me, boy. Back of my hand, boy. Now, I've got to tell you, my mum was the best ventriloquist down our street when I was a kid. She was fabulous, but she was also brilliant at stating the obvious and saying some ridiculous things. We've all had mums, we all know what I'm talking about. Like, for instance, as a kid, I'd be walking out the house and my mum would go, going out? I'll say, as it happens, yeah, funny enough, funny enough. She said, well, if you're going out, make sure you've got clean underwear on. What for? Just in case you have an accident. What the hell are you going on about? Make sure you've got clean underwear on, just in case you have an accident. What good's clean underwear going to do me? If I'm walking down Watford High Street and a 38-ton articulated lorry mounts the pavement, they ain't going to be clean for long, them knickers, are they? I mean, let's face it. Do you know what I mean? Have you ever seen the film Sleepless in Seattle? Well, I'm not telling you, folks. You know, the thing is, I'm not big enough to say I cried. I cried. Shut up, love. I cried from the moment I got in to the moment I left. I cried. Not the film. Price of the tickets, £4 each, 3 to 12 quid. And a box of popcorn. I'm not made of money. Why do we pay so much money for them seats? There's no room to swing a cat, is there? Not that you take a cat to the cinema anyway. Not unless the cat specifically wanted to see something on the pictures. Like a big fishy film like Jaws, it'd probably want to go and see it, I don't know, I ain't got a cat, don't ask me. I mean, if it was a love story, it'd just get up and walk around, wouldn't it? Probably take a mate with it, and then you might get concessions for cats. You might get 10 cats in for the price of 8, I don't know, I ain't got a cat. I haven't got a clue what I'm doing now. So, I'm not even supposed to be in it. I only come out for a loaf of bread. And the thing is... Have you ever seen a 3D film? Ever seen a 3D film? They drive you crackers. You've got to wear glasses. They're made of cardboard, and the lenses are red and green. And I've brought some along to show you. Just to show you what they're like. Now, they look like this. Now, I've gone to this 3D film. Now, you've got to imagine there's 300 respectable people in this cinema, including me, with these on their head. The cinema now looks like a mass audition for Ninja Turtle 3. I can't see a thing. I've got a headache. I turned around to my girlfriend. I said, Dave, I've got a shocking headache. She said, shut up moaning. Go and get yourself, do you know what I mean? Drink. Have a breath of fresh air. That's all right. I've got out of my seat. I can't see a thing in this cinema. I'm like... Stupid cats. Is that your toast? I'm all over the place. I'm walking up the central aisle in the cinema. There's a fella walking towards me. I said, you haven't seen the exit door, have you? He said, don't ask me. I'm in the film. See you very soon. Good night. God bless you.